So he's probably not allowed himself enough time to recover, and of course he's had quite a long journey to get here. And you know, fairly low on the bike. They're not really pushing up on the legs, but he's off the saddle. And we join some of the back markers. Beautiful scenery here. Nice sedate pace there. But remember, they've actually been in that water for some time, so it might look a little bit sedate to us, but they are putting a lot of effort in on this winding course. Lovely course for cycling. That guy's just onto his second lap now, so he's well pleased with his pace.
Oh, and as we go back there, we just managed to pick up some of the girls there. That's Alison Hamilton there and Sylvia Cranston. Well, they've done exceptionally well, haven't they? They've come right through the field. They must have overtaken Vicky Lascombe on that first lap, and they're working hard. They're together there. That's good. And as we come further back there, I think we can see
Sarah Cooper.
Yeah, that's Sarah Cooper. Oh, she's having another good ride, and she's a very strong girl. We're going to see her make a big impact on the later stages of the race. Very, very powerful, very strong girl, and her endurance is a big factor, David.
I think she is a pre-race favourite. She was about 5th place after the swim. There we have Alistair Irvine in the relay. Of course, he's a bronze medalist from the Commonwealth Games, so if they can keep up with him, they'll be doing very well in the cycling. Odd shaped bike there, and you notice the very small wheel in front. Struggling up the hill is another competitor.
That's Wayne Panther, I think, David. He's come all the way from New Zealand, Auckland, so he's come a long, long way for this competition, and it's good to see that it's got this terrific international appeal.
Well, we've got a lot of competitors: Zimbabwe, New Zealand, United States, Ireland, Scotland, Wales,
There's Sarah
and England.
Coop again. There's Sarah Coop pushing hard up Windmill Hill. That's a difficult part of the course there. They're all suffering, so she's having to work hard.
A tough part of the course, that hill. I bet they don't like that very much. But all the competitors showing fine form.
And as we go back again there, Van Zelst still 10 metres behind there, trailing all the time Hobson. He's an interesting character actually. Oh, and as I say that, look, there's the break. Comes wide, has to come round there, changing down the gears, gets down again. He's making a break for that second place now. He thinks he's strong, and remember, he's a competitor that does the full Ironman, and we must remember this is a quarter Ironman. And that still means it's a bit of a sprint for these guys, but this is the sort of Ironman, the quarter Ironman that they want in the Olympics, David.
Yes, they've actually incorporated into the Commonwealth Games. We saw it in the last Commonwealth Games. If you remember, the Ironman is quite an event. I mean, I don't think many people could actually think about doing it. 3.8 kilometre swim, 112 mile cycle, and then you finish off with a marathon. So you'd never see an event like that at the Olympic Games. But this would be a tremendous event for the Olympic Games to incorporate, and we'll be seeing it probably fairly soon.
And there's Gareth McCarthy out there in front.
Still really maintaining that lead.
Yeah, looks good, doesn't he?
Very good. Comfortable on the bike. These bikes very well designed for this type of cycling. .53 minutes 42 seconds for the completion of the second lap. That is not one of the leaders, but he's just completed one lap, that gentleman there. And there is the leader, McCarthy. He's lapping in around 21 minutes, so he's dropped a minute on the first lap where he went round in 20 minutes. So he's keeping up a very good pace. But here is the great battle going on for second place between Hobson and Van Zelst. Quite a battle, you know, for these two athletes.
Oh, I think so, yes. There's Hobson. He's actually regained second place there from Van Zelst, and he must have put a burst in around the back of that circuit in order to take that position, and they really are going at it hammer and tong, these two. But if they're not careful, they'll be trapped in their own little sphere there. They won't be worrying too much about catching up on Gareth McCarthy, and he'll be out in front of about a minute and a half in his own little area there. So these two, apart from being in their own, have really got to worry about catching first place up.
I wonder if they actually realise that Garrett is so far ahead.
Well, I don't know, but this is a lovely little shot here. We're coming down now onto the promenade here at Portaferry, just coming into the crowd, just coming up to the completion of the second lap here, and as they came through the first lap they were the same, and they're still going through the same. That 10-metre gap between these two boys. Working hard up the hill now. This is a nasty little stretch here. And there in fourth place is Glenn Cook. He's still in isolation really, hasn't made any impact at all, but still working very, very hard there.
Yeah, he's going to have to push hard. He's really having no one to work on, so Glenn maybe suffering a little bit from the illness that he had. Out of training for about a month, and it's very important to keep extremely fit in this sport.
And there I think is one of the, yes, there's the two Irish boys in the team there, Liam Tilley and Noel Mannis. Those two will be looking for points and keeping it going. Don't forget, this is a team event, David. The British Isles Championships including in this international, so everyone or every point they take is vitally necessary if they're going to get up there in the team positions.
Yeah, the two Irish lads in the top 10, so as you say, doing very well for Ireland.
As we look up, that's the aerial shot. I don't think that's the leaders there, but that's a lovely shot of the stretch of the coastline that some of these bikes have got to go through. It must be wonderful to actually be in an area where it's open, not enclosed in cities and things which some of the triathletes take place in. This is a beautiful area in County Down, and there I think as we come back, yes, that's the leader again. That's Garrett McCarthy, still relaxed, still smooth, working a bit up some of the slopes, but no sign of stress there. He must be pleased with the way things are going.
Yeah, he's off the saddle there, so pumping hard. Looking very comfortable.
Yeah. He's isolation, isn't he, from start to finish, really. And as we go back through the field there's the first lady. There's Alison Hamilton. She's performed exceptionally well today, really. She's been training for all sorts of things, including rowing, which she's a national participant at, and she's got that coming up later in the month.
Great all-round athlete. Yeah, World Championships in rowing.
Yeah,
she'll be competing for Ireland.
I think all these girls. And in second place, I just picked up there, that was Sylvia Cranston coming through.
Competing for Scotland.
Yes, and she's not that far behind, so 1 and 2 places there are still not sorted out really definitely yet. Great performance from those girls. Some of the other competitors coming through there.
Yeah, yes. That's number 5. Yep. Yes, that's Sarah Coop in third place. So great things expected of her in this race, as we said before, pre-race favourite. So she's not that far behind Alison and Sylvia.
No, that's right. And look at this. This is the hill again. Everybody comes off of the saddle there, and that's Alison Hamilton really working hard, slow rhythm, but there's no other way of getting up hills, I'm afraid. You have to work at them. She's coming through very strongly there. Back on the saddle as she goes down the other side.
At least they get a little bit of a rest going down Windmill Hill.
Well, I think they're still working hard, aren't they? And some of the other competitors
away.
Some of the other competitors still finding it difficult coming up this hill. Deceptive with the camera angle. It really is very steep there, David.
It's a long hill. If you look way down to the bottom house there, you can see what a long hill that is.
Now coming back again. There's Garrett McCarthy. Just pick him up there. Distinctive black wheel in the middle of the picture. And going back there to just to see the numbers. Oh, that's the chasing group there. 2 and 3. Sorry, Hobson and Van Zel still locked in the same positions, still following one another like cat and mouse. These two, they must be really worrying about what's going to happen on the last stage, because they're both going to be tired. They've both been working hard. But that's a good picture to look at the aerodynamics. Look at that crouch position there from Hobson. It just goes to show you that it has developed. The art of cycling in triathlon is superb. They were the ones that developed these new bars. Scott, an American, designed them after watching downhill skiers, David. He decided that was a good position for cyclists, and he's now developed the Scott bars, as they were called, or the low-profile bars, and they really do help to rest and power away on the long stretches.
Now, we talked to Hobson's manager, and he was saying that he's such a good cyclist that the National Cycling Federation actually did want this man. So Van Zels is doing a good job keeping up with Hobson.
And there's a lovely picture as we pan back towards the finish of the cycle race. Great crowds out here at Portaferry, and here comes Garrett McCarthy, still way in the lead in the cycling, powering his way through, comes off the bike quick, straight into that stand. He doesn't want to mess around. He's very, very proficient in this changeover area. Takes off the helmet, on with the running shoes. The running shoes again have been specialised, no laces, they just pull them up with toggles. Man, a few words there, not really wanting to be interviewed, he just wants to get on with the job. True professionals, these boys, in one sense. Puts the shoes on, grabs a bit of water,